Hi everyone and welcome to today's video all about stocks and shares ISAs for beginners in the UK for 2022. In today's video I'm going to cover everything you need to know about stocks and shares ISAs, how you can get started, how you can open a stocks and shares ISA, and basically everything you need to know before you do. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and also don't forget to like the video as well. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for liking the video and let's get started. So let's get started and discuss what is a stocks and shares ISA. So a stocks and shares ISA is an ISA that allows you to invest in the stock market. Any ISA will give you the advantage that any gains in the account will be tax-free. So whether this is a cash ISA or a stocks and shares ISA, any money that you accumulate, so interest or any gains, will be accumulated tax-free. So you won't pay any tax on that. So that's what stocks and shares ISA really is. It's an ISA account that allows you to make gains on your investments on a tax-free basis. So you will not pay tax on dividends, income or capital gains that you receive from your investments in this account. You may already have a cash ISA where you've got some savings in that account and they can gain interest tax-free. So stocks and shares ISA is basically just the investment version of that. So instead of saving money into the account, you're going to put your money in there and then invest that money in the stock market. You can use this account to invest in shares, funds or bonds, or a combination of these. The ISA allowance for the current tax year is £20,000, so this means that you can put up to a maximum of £20,000 over your ISAs for the current tax year. So if you only have a stocks and shares ISA, then you could put up to £20,000 in this account on its own, or if you have a cash ISA, then just remember that your overall allowance is £20,000 for this tax year. So that was a quick summary of what a stocks and shares ISA actually is. So now let's think about if a stocks and shares ISA is right for you. If you are looking to invest your money and tie up your money for at least 3 to 5 years, then this is the best account to start you off. If you're a UK investor with up to £20,000 to invest each tax year, then it really is the best account for you because of the tax-free wrapper. You are investing in the stock market, so you do need to be comfortable with some level of risk, but the level of risk does vary dependent on the type of investments that you make, so I will talk a bit more about that later in the video. You should aim to only invest money that you want to see grow in the long term, so at least 3 to 5 years. If you might need the money sooner than that, then I suggest that a high interest savings account could be better for you. This longer time horizon is really recommended because over this amount of time, your money will have time to ride out any bumps in the stock market. So with all that being said, a stocks and shares ISA really is the best way to invest tax-free in the UK. So if you've decided that you do want to open a stocks and shares ISA, then let me tell you how you can do that. You can open a stocks and shares ISA with a number of different banks and a number of different investment platforms. When you are looking at the options available, here are some things to look out for. Number 1 is platform charge. Any platform that you choose will charge you a fee to use their platform. Number 2 is charges to buy and sell. So whether you are buying shares or funds, there will often be charges to make these trades. Number 3 is fund and share options on offer. So different platforms will offer you access to different funds, so make sure you check what's on offer with the platform that you're looking at. Number 4 is transfer fees, so this will be a charge if you choose to change provider. Often there will be no charge for this, but it's something to look out for. Number 5 is customer service, so this is another thing to think about when choosing a platform. Some platforms will have better ratings for customer service than others. So those are some key things to look for when you're choosing the investment platform where you will open your stocks and shares ISA. So you can keep those in mind whilst I talk through some of the options. There are 2 broad types of investment platform. The first one is a Robo Advisor and the second one is a DIY approach. So with a Robo Advisor platform, you choose your investment risk level. So you choose the risk level that you are comfortable for your investments, and they will choose your investments for you. So it's more of a hands-off approach, because basically all you need to do is choose your risk level. They will invest your money for you, set it and forget it. Some examples of platforms like this are Nutmeg and Moneybox. The second approach is a DIY approach. So in this approach, you actually will choose your own shares, fund, bond options. You really get involved and choose exactly where you want your money to go and exactly how much of your money you will allocate towards each fund, for example. Some examples of platforms like this are Hargreaves Lansdown and Vanguard. Even on these platforms though, there is some helpful guidance, and you can even select your risk level and they will suggest a portfolio allocation for you. So you could have a look at that if you're really unsure. You could just go on there, put your risk level in and see what portfolio it comes up with for you, but then it would be up to you to allocate your money and invest it yourself. This approach may seem more daunting at first, but once you get used to it, it can actually be really straightforward. So now I've introduced you to the two broad types of platform, I'm going to go through one great example from each category. So these are two great investment platforms, and they could be really good for your stocks and shares ISA. First of all, I'll talk to you about a Robo Advisor. So this is Moneybox. Moneybox will allow you to open a stocks and shares ISA via their app. Their platform charge is 0.45%, and you will also pay a monthly fee, which is £1. Your £1 monthly fee covers those trading costs that I was talking about earlier. So all of your costs to buy and sell funds and shares and bonds are all covered within this £1 monthly fee. Fund charges will vary depending on the funds that you are investing in, but they do tell you that the funds that you will be investing in via them charge you between 0.12% and 0.58%. Just remember to watch out for fund charges, because if you are paying 0.5% for a fund charge and up to 0.5% as a platform fee, then you're actually effectively losing 1% of any gains that you're making. So just try to keep your fund charges to a minimum. Try and invest in the lowest cost funds, because that will mean that you can maximise your returns. With Moneybox, because it is a robo-advisor, they will choose your investments for you and invest the money for you, but you can make changes. So if you see something that you think, oh, actually that's a really high charge, I don't want to go for that one, then you would be able to change it. Your investments will be chosen based on the risk level that you choose, and there are 3 risk levels to choose from. Number 1 is cautious, number 2 is balanced, and number 3 is adventurous. So when you open your stocks and shares ISA, you choose your risk level, and then the investments that you make will be based on that choice. Each option contains selected mutual funds to start you off, and you can change your risk level and you can change your investments as you go along. The cautious risk level has a higher percentage of bonds, and on the other side, the adventurous risk level has a lower percentage of bonds and a higher percentage of global tracker funds. So Moneybox is a great option for beginners because it's really easy to get started. All you need to do is select your risk level, and then your investments will be made for you. Also, you can change this at any time, so if you decide you want to invest in something else, then you can look at the options available and perhaps put your money into a different place. So that's all fully customizable, so it's really good like that, and also, like I said, it's really beginner friendly. They give you really clear and detailed information, but it's not overwhelming, so it's great to get you started. Let's move on to the DIY approach. I'm going to talk you through Hargreaves Lansdown. This is a great investment platform to get you started if you're looking for a DIY investment option. The platform fee is 0.45%, so it's exactly the same as the Moneybox app that I just talked about. And the fee for buying funds is 0, so it's free to buy funds. The fee to buy shares is £11.95 per trade. So that's something to think about. If you are looking to invest in index funds, then this could be the perfect account for you because there's no charge for that. If you are looking to buy individual stocks, then this might not be the option for you. So if you are just looking to invest in index funds, as many investors do, then this is a great option. And you can also make monthly deposits, so you can buy into a fund on a monthly basis, and that's free too. You can set that all up on the platform. It's really easy to do, and it's great because then you can buy into a fund on a monthly basis, and that's completely free to do. There are tons of free resources available on the Hargreaves Lansdown website, so make sure you check out those because they will give you lots of ideas on what you can invest in. There is also the Wealth Shortlist, so check this out. This is a list of recommended funds. You can look at all of the credentials of the funds on there, and you can also see what the charges are and which markets they invest in. It's a really good option. You can also set it just to show you index funds as well. So that's really good if you want to look at some index funds and you're not sure where to start. It tells you exactly where the funds are invested in, and it can be really useful. There is an option on there as well to select your level of risk, and then they will suggest a portfolio allocation that might work for you, and they'll suggest the funds and the percentage that you should invest into those funds. So that can be useful if you're really not sure where to start, and then you could look into those funds and see if those are the ones that you want to invest in. Make sure to look out for charges here. Just check that your charges are low for the funds that you're investing in, because like I said before, this can eat away at any gains that you would make. So make sure that your fund charges are low for any funds that you might invest in. If you look out for index funds, then these tend to have low charges, and they are relatively low risk as well because you're investing across an index. So you're buying a basket of stocks from an index such as the S&P 500. So they can be a good option because they usually have low fees because you're not paying an investment manager to make the investments and choose the shares for you. You're just investing in, for example, the top 500 companies in the US. So that's an index fund. That's why investors choose it. So if you're looking for index funds, then be sure to check out all the resources that are available, particularly on Hargreaves Lansdown website. They are free, so you can look on there. Even if you don't choose your stocks and shares ISA with them, you can still use the resources because they are really good. You can choose from the large variety of index funds that Hargreaves Lansdown allows you access to. For example, you could choose to invest in a global stock market index fund. You might put the majority of your portfolio towards that, or you might decide to invest in just US companies, UK companies, European companies. The list is endless, the possibilities are endless, but you can decide what's right for you. So that's it. All you need to do now is choose the investment platform that's right for you. Open your stocks and shares ISA and put your money in and get your money invested and put your money to work. There are, like I said, many other options available for investment platforms, but I just wanted to give you an introduction today. I do have a video coming up where I'm going to go through the best stocks and shares ISAs in the UK for 2022. So that will give you a much more detailed breakdown of which are the best accounts for stocks and shares ISAs. So look forward to that coming up. But today's video was just designed to give you a summary and introduce you to stocks and shares ISAs. So I hope it did that, and I hope it was really helpful for you. If you did like the video, don't forget to give it a like. Also subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.